Page 434, number 69. Find the component form of v given its magnitude and the angle it makes with the positive x-axis. And we're given that the magnitude of v is 3 times the square root of 2 and the angle is 150 degrees. All right, let's start with a sketch of this. Theta, the angle is 150 degrees. So if I go around from the x-axis, here's 90 degrees, here's about 150 degrees right here. We're talking about a vector that goes in this direction. Now we know the magnitude of this vector is 3 times the square root of 2. Well, from there I can complete a right triangle. I know that if this is 150 degrees, this angle right here is 30 degrees. Now to find the component form is written like this with two coordinates. The first value is the amount to the left. Second value is the amount up and down. So if I can find these two amounts right here on this right triangle, I can fill in my component form. Well, I can do that because if we take a look at this right triangle, we know an angle, we know a side, so we can use SOHCAHTOA to find the two missing sides. So I can say that the cosine of 30 degrees is equal to SOHCAHTOA gives me adjacent, which I'll call x, over hypotenuse, which is 3 times the square root of 2. Okay, let's get out our calculator. First of all, I'm going to make sure my mode of my calculator is in degree mode, which it is. And I'm going to type in here the cosine of 30 degrees, which is equal to 0.866. I'll multiply that by 3 times the square root of 2. And I get an x value of about 3.67. Now let's do the same thing to find our y value. Oh, careful. Our x value goes to the left, so this 3.67 should be a negative quantity. Be careful with those positive and negative signs. I almost missed that one. Okay, so let's set up, using SOHCAHTOA, another trig ratio. The sine of 30 degrees equals y over 3 times the square root of 2, because sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So I can say the sine of 30 degrees, that's equal to 0.5 or 1/2, times 3 times the square root of 2. And that gives me about 2.12, which is a positive quantity because this goes up. Now, we can actually get an exact answer for this problem by recognizing that this triangle is a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. In a 30, 60, 90 right triangle, the shortest leg is always half of the hypotenuse. So I could say that y is equal to 3 square root of 2 over 2. It's half of the hypotenuse. We also know in a 30, 60, 90 right triangle that the longer leg equals the shorter leg times the square root of 3. So if the shorter leg is 3 square root of 2 over 2, if I multiply that by the square root of 3, let's work down here, 3 square root of 2 over 2, multiply that by the square root of 3, we get 3 times the square root of 6 over 2. And that goes to the left, so that's a negative quantity. Either answer is acceptable.